BluJustin here, still Justin, still not blue, and I was going to do the next upcoming videos in a slightly different order, but I wanted to do this one first because I wanted to get some of the information about some of the anime that I'm going to talk about in this video. I wanted to get it out as soon as possible because it involves a potentially a limited time sale, and therefore I didn't want anyone to miss out. And I'm going to start off essentially with talking about specialist anime sellers online and the companies that distribute anime in the UK, and the best way maybe of you getting cheap items and finding out what sort of thing you might be interested in getting. And then I'm just going to do the usual finish up with going on to what's coming up in the next few weeks on the release schedule. And again, I won't go too much, I won't go beyond that because as I said last time, these things are liable to slip quite a lot. Anime does have that reputation. In fact, two of the titles, two of the ones in actual fact that I ordered, that I mentioned last time that was supposed to be coming out soon after that video, were in actual fact delayed by 2 or 3 weeks. So I've only just received them. So as I said, and as Pete Blu-ray Bullet Brit Ainsley always reminds us when he talks about anime, they just seem to be very famous for shifting right in their release dates. So anyway, on with the companies and sellers section of the video. I will be referring to notes a little bit because I don't want to get it wrong. Essentially, I want to go into the companies that produce most of the anime for the UK, and the companies that are specialist sellers. Obviously, you can get a lot of this stuff, almost all this stuff, from Amazon, HMV, Zavvi, the usual suspects. But sometimes you might want to go to other places. Sometimes they charge more because they're not ordering in bulk. Other times you can get them cheaper, and I'll go into reasons why that might be. Starting off, the two big physical media outlet specialists are All the Anime and Anime Online. Obviously, I'm going to put links to all the stuff I'm describing in the description of this video. Now, they do sell all the products. Both of them, those sell all the products by the major distributors for the UK, who are Crunchyroll, MVM Entertainment, and Anime Limited. Anime Limited actually is run by the same people who run All the Anime website, but All the Anime website doesn't limit their stuff to purely selling Anime Limited titles. They sell everything. All the Anime is, I'm just going to go on to the sites individually now. All the Anime is based in Glasgow. They offer, they're the people who run Anime Limited titles specifically, but they offer a subscription service, a bit like, sort of like Amazon Prime, only a lot less expensive. Essentially, they charge $17.99 per year, and that gets you 10% off all of your orders, practically all of your orders. Sometimes they have super special offers that it won't give you an extra 10% off, but in actual fact, quite often it does combine. And they send you emails with early bird announcements, some extra special offers. And also, if you ever see them at conventions, there are special offers at their conventions if you're a member. I would like to point out they also have some absolutely fantastic sales. For example, at Christmas, they do a buy one they do a few different sales over the Christmas period, and for 1 week of that Christmas period, I think they do their buy one get one free sale. And not only do they do buy one get one free, often a lot of the titles in the buy one get one free are half price or less anyway. So you're getting £40 normal set stuff that's £40 at Amazon, something like that, half to £20, and then buy one get one free. So you're essentially getting it about £10 a season. I mean, Amazon might be charging only 35 instead of the full 40, but it's still an amazing saving. Now, they do charge package and posting of £3.50 per order, but that's order, not title. And your money is taken when you pay, whatever you pay with. It's not just on PayPal orders. Also, if you do pre-orders, because of this, they'll wait until the final item is released before sending them out to you. I've been caught out by that and was expecting something to be sent out, and they were waiting for something that hadn't, the second part of the pre-order to be released, and so I had to wait. I mean, no, I didn't have to wait. I think I could probably they said in their email we could sort something out if you want it now, but I suspect the sorting it out would be paying individually for package and posting on one item, not the whole order. Like I said, though, that's only my guess of what's happening. In actual fact, the reason I'm mentioning I'm doing this video now is that right now all the anime has their spring sale on, and that is also running a buy one get one free offer, as well as lots of other reductions, which is fantastic. I've just saved myself a lot of money. Yeah, are looking through their things, and I'd have saved myself even more if I'd gone through and gone, I want that one, that one, that one, and that one, instead of going, oh, I want those two, and ordering it and being charged the full P&P. If I'd gone through all of them and put them all on one transaction, it would still only have been one postage and packing charge, so that would have been much more sensible. And also, I believe for orders over £50, postage and packing is free anyway. I will mention that Anime Online, so all the anime, I'm trying to make sure I don't get them muddled up, because that's the whole point of this video, to specify the differences. All the anime tends to concentrate on the limited edition sets, or has a lot of the limited edition sets that other people don't necessarily get, probably because they produce the limited edition sets. What's nice is you can get the limited, quite often at the end of their run, you can get the limited edition sets for the same price that elsewhere is selling the regular release, or even, in fact, half the price now in some of the sales that I've just picked up recently. Moving on to Anime Online, that one is based in Chepstow. They don't have any special schemes which give you a percentage off, etc. However, their post and packing is only £2 per order, and again they take the money on when you place the order, not when they send it on pre-orders, and that postage and packing is free over only £30. However, there is a nice bit on Anime Online, which is their deal of the week, and they have some really good ones. They change every Friday, and I've spotted it. I didn't realise that this was on their site until recently, and we're talking stuff there. They reduce recommended retail price £39.99 items, which I found on Amazon were going for about £32.99, fair enough, but they're reducing it to £9.99. So, I mean, that's obviously a huge saving on what we all know anime to be is an expensive item compared to other TV series of a similar length, that sort of thing. But as I say, deal of the week, worth checking out each time. They also, I think they must be linked more closely with MVM Entertainment, in the same way that all the animes linked very closely with Anime Limited. Obviously, Anime Online seems to be linked with MVM, and I'm guessing this purely because they have, and it seems to have been running for quite some time, so it doesn't look like it's going to go away anytime soon, though titles might sell out. An MVM Entertainment clearance sale, separate pages for Blu-rays and DVDs, which also seem to have some incredible bargains. I picked up some £34.99 Blu-rays down to £4.99, and I spotted you bought it yet, but there's a £29.99 DVD down to £1.99. Obviously that will have to add package and posting, but if you put them all in one order, then that's again only £2 package and posting for the whole thing. For both of the companies, they do have the downside because they're quite small, and their websites aren't particularly technically set up. You to cancel orders or change address, that sort of thing, you have to email them directly. You can't just do it on the website. You have to talk to or email a real person who has to manually do it at their end. So that you want preferably make sure you get it right first time. However, I did notice that Anime Online actually has a direct phone number to their office. I mean, you don't get that. I mean, that's not just customer support. I think that's just their general phone line that deals with everything. That shows to a certain extent what relatively small companies we're dealing with here, even though they're dealing with very big players in the anime market field. Quickly going on, Crunchyroll, who produce an awful lot of material, they also have their own website, but they don't really sell their own product through their website. They do have a few pieces of physical media on there, though not much. In fact, shockingly small, if I'm honest. But they do sell a few other things like figurines, plushies, t-shirts, hats, that sort of thing. However, their main focus on the Crunchyroll site is streaming anime. Now, that might be very, very handy if you want to try little bits out for a little while, see what you like. In fact, the first thing you do, they do when you set up an account, is to say which tier of subscription would you like. You don't. This is sort of like somewhat misleading though. I've got an account there and I haven't got a subscription. It just allows me to move around the site, and what's also quite nice is I think it allows me to check out trailers for the upcoming stuff, which could be handy if it's relatively, well, if you're interested in checking that out. So yeah, that sounds like a good situation there. If you are going to buy stuff through them, like I said, I don't think they're really set up for things being bought through them, on the principle that they charge you ridiculous postage and packing of £5.99. To get it free, you have to be a subscriber at one tier level, and you have to go over 65 something. Like I said, I don't stream, so I'm not 100% au fait with the Crunchyroll site that much. The main use I have got for it, again, but I haven't used it specifically, is that Crunchyroll titles often come with a digital code, which you can go to the Crunchyroll site and then redeem your digital code to be able to watch your physical disc in the same way as you would other, like the American market usually gets to watch their digital codes on multiple devices, that sort of thing. In fact, it gives you instructions on the site on all the different ways you can watch it on different types of device, smart TVs, etc. And and you can use the code that you get in your physical product and go to their site and use that code to watch it elsewhere. Right, just going to go on to the upcoming anime that we've got. So we've just doing quickly, we've got on April the 28th, because we've covered the stuff that's already just about out. There's one title, The Tunnel to Summer, The Exit to Goodbyes. That's a movie rather than a TV series. It's only $16.99 at HMV, Zavvi and Amazon, the usual suspects. And it's about $13.99 plus postage at the anime site. So that's actually going to be slightly cheaper on all the anime, because that's only £2 package and posting. Again, it would be even less if you combine it with something else. It describes the Urashima Tunnel, which is outside our reality, and once you've entered the tunnel you can get whatever you want, but it comes with a price, doesn't it always? You want all magic comes with a price theory. Anybody gets that reference? Two teens essentially with very different pasts team up to investigate the tunnel, essentially in this teen romance movie. There's also a limited edition coming out from certain specialty sites like All the Anime, I think carries it at $29.99, which includes a DVD copy of the movie. They're very good at including a DVD copy in their limited editions for some reason. They think that that's what people want, as well as in this case an art card and a 28-page booklet. May the 5th, certain Scientific Railgun T. You might remember I mentioned Scientific Railgun S last time. This is the essentially season 3. This is the series, 625 minutes, but it's £44.99, so not cheap, even though it is like a double length series of the usual 300-minute type. 15 rated, and in this one, the 3rd season, it features the psychic powered espers at the Academy's athletics competition, but they soon find secret organisations and doppelgangers on the scene causing trouble. Next one released on the same date is Jujutsu Kaisen Season 2. That's a rather popular piece of anime. I'm not sure if I've got Season 1, but I certainly have the movie, which is 0. In this one, the Cursed Alliance are waiting to spring their trap as the curtain falls, and the sorcerers gather outside the curtain, but will the humans or the curses laugh at the end of the day? Next up, same date, May 5th, we've got Chained Soldier. That's a TV series, the standard 300 minutes long, and that's the usual $29.99 sort of area. Again, 15 rated. In this one, in a world where only women can gain superpowers, a man who's doomed to a boring life is suddenly pulled into a monster-filled dimension, rescued by a domineering female, but whose ability gives him incredible powers to fight for her against the monsters, transforming him into her inhuman slave whilst he does so. However, because he would return to a boring existence otherwise, he agrees to bind himself to her permanently. But however, he soon finds out that when he's not fighting as her personal chain soldier, his embarrassing duties as servant in her all-female combat unit are much less to his liking. I've actually got that one on order, had it on order for a while, so I can let you know how that one goes. Moving on to May the 12th, we have Bleach. That's part 5, episodes 112 to 139. I think that's 2 seasons, 5 and 6, but I don't quote me on that. 645 minutes, that would make sense for about 2 seasons though. A season of about 12 episodes each. That's going for £40 to £45 depending on where you go. 15 rated, and essentially is the next installment in the popular Bleach fantasy series, which sees the hero battle with his inner self's hollow, which is something that's got inside him, as it interferes with his intentions to aid his friends, but at the same time a mysterious force tries to recruit him. Also on the 12th, we've got Rising of Shield Hero. That's season 3, another very popular anime, Rising of Shield Hero. In season 2, they've just vanquished a serious guardian beast, but all the other heroes apart from the Shield Hero have vanished after defeating that guardian beast. But he races to reunite them before the next one awakens. But a corrupt Colosseum tournament, a demon emperor dragon, and a princess's evil manipulations stand in his way. That also sounds quite interesting, but I haven't got that one on order yet. But I do have Rising of the Shield Hero on my radar. I can't remember if I've got anything else earlier yet. Early seasons though. There is a limited edition of that one, which adds DVDs, like I said before, art cards, a fabric poster, which sounds quite unusual, but at least you won't get those awful folds in it, which you get if they fold up a poster and put it into case. The other alternative is they send it rolled up, but very, very rare is that an option, apart from specialist poster places. And it also comes with a 64-page art book. However, it is £70, so I should imagine that there's going to be not much of a call for that one immediately, and that's one you should be potentially adding to your longer term list for maybe catching in the sales if you're at all interested in going for the limited editions rather than the regular ones. Finally, for May the 12th, there we have Bocchi the Rock. Now, Bocchi-chan, she plays guitar. I'm not even going to try to do the song. And she dreams of joining a band one day, but unfortunately, despite the fact she's got a very popular following and fandom online, she's incredibly shy in real life, so it just doesn't seem to be happening for her until a desperate drummer gets her finally out on stage and things start to turn around. And that essentially is the plot one for that one. It's only 12 rated, but that one I just would point out has only got Japanese audio, and so you've got to be with the subs only on that. Okay, so I think that's about it for this video. I hope you find it useful. If you are interested in watching any anime, getting stuff cheap, maybe going to Crunchyroll, having a look at some of the trailers, maybe for free, that sort of thing. And I shall be back soon with another installment, and I think that will be including what I've got in my first quarter of 2025, and obviously an update again to the upcoming anime releases, as I have done here, and I intend to do in each of the future ones. So please keep on enjoying, or hope you really enjoyed this video. If you did and found it at all useful, please give it a like. I really would appreciate it, especially on this new series, because I'm trying to judge how popular it is and trying to get some popularity behind it, and that would therefore be appreciated. I'll respond to any comment you make in the comments section, and like I said, all the information on the websites and where to go is in the link below. Oh, also check out the information on how to find the information on the subscription for all the anime. That subscription that gets you the 10% off for $17.99 per year, because at the moment, because they've got their big sale on their opening page, it is not at all easy to find. So I'm going to put instructions out down there as well. Okay, thank you very much indeed for watching, and I'll see you again soon. Bye.